Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Hey, everybody, welcome. It is Memorial Day 2025, and we're actually live. We're about a minute late, so we're sorry for that, but we think it'll be worth it once you see why it took us to 12:01, actually 12:02, before we got on for episode 54. Yes, it is episode 54 of the Sharon, Denny, whatever we're calling our little podcast. My lady is a little under the weather. She's not feeling 100% today.
I just started coming over yesterday, but hi to Terry and Janet on Instagram.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
We know that this isn't going to be, one of our, a lot of comments and stuff like that. And that's fine because, it's Memorial Day and hopefully people are remembering Memorial Day. We're going to get into that. We have a couple of videos that we're going to play. As a matter of fact, the video we're about to play is why we were 2 minutes late. Sharon?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for him to go, ooh la la.
Josh, don't hate us for that because
How old is he there?
4.
4?
That's when we lived in the number one city of the U.S. to live in, Johns Creek,
Johns Creek, baby.
Georgia.
Yeah, we were down there for a while and we thought, being it's Memorial Day, we would do that. So Sharon finally found it and we were able to load it in.
Yep.
All right. Trivia. And then we are going to, of course, give props to our sponsor,
Eddie Campos.
Eddie.
Yep. So here's a trivia for you. Let's see if you know.
All
it.
right.
What was the original name of Memorial Day?
The original name. I want to say Remembrance Day, but I don't know for sure. But let's run Eddie's video and then we'll come back and people can put some guesses in.
Okay.
Every day I need to have listings. I need to have buyers, and it's essential for my business to take care of not only the business, but to take care of my family. But ultimately, I want to be able to do such a good job that I get their referrals. That's what I really want. If I get their referrals, that tells me that I've done everything I possibly could to take care of them.
There we go.
There you go.
There you go, Eddie. You're awesome. And we want to thank Eddie for Friday night.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That was Friday
that was
night.
like what, the third year or something that because we saw Maverick, Top Gun.
Right. And we saw something else. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember the first one.
But Eddie, he rents out in Fallen Timbers, a theater, and he brings in a bunch of clients and people and,
As his way of thanking everybody. Yeah.
which is awesome. And shout out to Rob and Michelle from Meredith Party Rentals. We met them at Beer Barrel for a beverage before, and then we went into the movie and saw Top Gun, Tom is Running Again movie is what I like to call it. No, I'm sorry. Mission Impossible, Tom is Running Again.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see the other ones, so
I didn't. I don't know. Tell everybody, rate it. You've seen them all. I have not.
I think it's 2.5 hours long. I think it could have been 2 hours, but I mean, it's good. I mean, it's intense. It's intense. There's no sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah, they definitely could have cut it by 30, 40
And
minutes.
he does all of his own stunts. So.
Yeah, but it seems like every time I turn around, there he goes. He's running again. Anyway, but no, it was a good movie. Popcorn was good.
Yeah, popcorn and beverage.
So that was good. And then what else did we want to talk about?
Well, do you want the
Oh yeah, trivia answer.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. What was it called? What was it? Original
Decoration
Day.
Yep.
Oh, darn it. Yes, I knew that, but the brain just not working.
Right, but the official change of the name came 1967.
Okay,
When
I was 8.
Congress passed the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. So there you go. Yep.
All right.
Decoration Day.
Awesome. Let's see. And then let's see, Saturday, we put up all our patio furniture.
Yep,
That
put
was
that
good.
together. Love me some Allen wrench. Whew.
Spent some quality time at the Kroger Recycling Center. Thank you, Kroger, for all of that. And then, very exciting, our Saturday, pet store for kitty litter.
Okay.
Pet store for kitty litter. And then came home to watch the walleye. Wow. What can you say about the walleye? I mean, it was just amazing, man. I can't believe it.
Now what? So now what happens with
Well,
them?
now they got to wait for the winner of the other conference, Florida and I don't know, some Canadian team. Anyway, they play again, I think, on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So we may know Tuesday night, Wednesday morning who they play.
Okay.
Depending on who they play, because I looked up if Florida wins and Toledo plays Florida, the night of the disco party, which is June 6th, by the way, tickets are almost gone. Well, I don't know that. Probably 100 or so. So to me, that's almost, but whatever. They'll play on the road the night of the disco party.
Oh,
if the other team wins, or it's one way or the other, I don't know. I put it on my phone. There's a possibility that there could be a home game the same night
of the disco party,
which happened before years ago, and then they ended up. Let's see, Florida at Toledo. Yeah, that's if they. So June 6th, Florida so Florida wins, and they're down 3-2 right now. But if Florida comes back and wins, Toledo will have a home game, disco party night, which would be kind of awesome. I guess unless Toledo sweeps them, but whatever. But then downtown.
It's gonna be bussin'.
Yeah, it would be. Oh, did you say bussin'?
I did say bussin'.
Wow, bussin'.
I've learned a word or two from my kids.
If that means busy, then yes, it'll be bussin'.
Bussin'.
So we'll see. So
Mary says hi.
Thank you, Mary, our
Hi,
one and
Mary.
only. Thank you, Mary, for taking time out of this day.
So, St. Mary's Meats going to be one of our sponsors in June.
AJ.
Yep. This video was on his Facebook. It's Drew. This is Drew, one of his employees. 23-year-old member of the Army. He took a break from cooking burgers and brats today to grab himself something quick to eat. He sat down on the cooler with his brat, and then the national anthem started playing across the radio at noon, and he immediately put his food down to stand and salute the flag. So this is it. This is Drew. Where is it?
I don't know.
What's going on with our?
I don't think. Well,
what happened? You saw him right there.
I did. There he is now. Try it again.
Okay, let's try again.
Take two. There he is.
That's it. It's
Oh, that was it?
Yep.
Okay. I try to get more volume.
No, so they were.
That was pretty awesome.
I know. So across the way, some random persons with the radio on doing yard work, I'm guessing, and all of a sudden, and he popped up and saluted, and
their flag, the flag across the street, which was cool.
Yeah. So, anyways, I thought that was really cool. So sorry, St. Mary's Meats. Hope that was okay to use that.
Oh, AJ loves us. Nurse Terry is jumping on the comment section. So we have two ladies.
Okay.
It's awesome. We were going to do a recorded one, and it probably would have worked out better.
I was voting for that
because she's not feeling well. I mean, I got a little sinus thing going, but whatever. I just felt like on this day, because of the sacrifice of so many, that this is a freedom that we can do, and we can do it live. We can do a podcast. There are countries where you can't even do this.
So
the government won't let them.
I think people get confused, like Memorial Day, Veterans Day, so what are the differences?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing to remember is, and most everybody that is listening or watching right now is probably, older and understand it, but it's the younger generation that we need to educate. If your Memorial Day is just remembering that you want a third hot dog, you're missing the point. of remembering of what this day means. According to a new poll, half of Americans in this country think Memorial Day has lost its original meaning. 52% think that's true. 40% say remembering America's fallen troops is not the first thing they associate with Memorial Day anymore. And that's what it is.
And I think a lot of people are that way.
Memorial Day is about remembering the sacrifice of men and women that fought for our freedoms overseas and never came home. That's it. That's what Memorial Day is. Memorializing those. I didn't know this. There's a national parade today at 2:00. It's supposed to be carried.
Washington or where?
I don't know. I couldn't find any more information.
Well, where'd you find the information originally?
I think it's right here in my show prep, but it didn't give me that info. 48% of Gen Zers say, 60% say it still is about, remembering the fallen. But your age matters. Just 48% of Gen Zers say yes, compared to 76% of boomers. So my age group obviously remembers. Sure. That should be 100. How do you, if you're over 50 or 60, how do you not know what Memorial Day is? It's also obviously okay to also associate it with barbecues, summer, and the nice 3-day weekend we got coming up. Just make sure you take time to honor the fallen heroes as well. At 3:00 today is a National Day moment of silence. So I'm going to do everything I can to remember that today when I'm on the golf course. So there you go. Did you have something over there?
Well, the national parade is Constitution Avenue in Washington, D.C.
There you go.
Man, I'll tell you what, they have performances, Restless Road, Scotty Hastings music, appearances by Gene Simmons, Joe
Kiss?
Mantegna.
Joe Mantegna.
Chef
Mantegna, he's an
Irving,
actor.
Gary Sinsel. So, yeah.
Gary Sinise? Or Gary Sinise?
Says, I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nearly 1.2 million men and women have given their lives over the past 250 years to put us in a place where we can kick back, relax, and enjoy that third hot dog. So nearly 1.2.
What's with the 3 hot dogs?
Because that's a lot of people, that's all they think about is barbecue and having fun and getting drunk. And that's not what it is. It's about remembering. I mean, when I was a kid, it didn't matter. 9:00 parade, downtown Flushing. We had to be down there by 8:45. And then my dad's VFW buddies, because my dad was a member of the Army. He was in the Army between World War II and Korea. And so he was a lifelong member of VFW. Mm-hmm. And so they would march, and then they would do taps off in the distance, up in the air. They would do taps, and then they would throw a wreath on the bridge in the Flint River and play taps. Soon as that was over, we'd hop in the car, drive 20 minutes to Mount Morris, and there was another parade at 11, and him and all his buddies, the VFW guys, same thing.
They were hitting up all the parades.
Would march it, and we would sit there in my Uncle Leo's front yard and watch them go by again. And it was really cool. And seeing my dad in uniform was pretty neat.
I mean, I was in high school band, so every year we got to march in downtown Sylvania with Northview, Southview band, Byford's band. I don't know if Blissfield came down, but honestly, I don't even know. Do these towns have parades anymore? I don't even know.
I haven't looked. I think some do. I know a buddy of mine, all my buddies from high school, there's 12 of us on a thread, and one of the guys, AJ, sent pictures of the parade in Linden, Michigan, that he was at today. So there are some parades, smaller cities, I'm assuming, and it was cool, seeing people that were remembering what it's all about.
So last week, volunteers placed 14,671 flags at Toledo Memorial Gardens. Look at that. I mean, there's this one man is like saluting every time he puts a flag down. It's so wow. That's the one I tried to send us and it wasn't coming through. So, but Explore 419 had that on their page. So yeah.
Some other stuff. It's a federal holiday, of course, Memorial Day, to honor the U.S. military personnel who died while serving in the armed forces.
Mm-hmm.
It also became the unofficial start of summer. 95% of companies close for this day, but we're open.
Yep, we're open. I figured if the veterans worked and we're serving, then we can do our little show on Monday.
I was at the Walleye game Saturday. It was electric. Already got my tickets for game 1 of the finals. Almost sold out. That is awesome. I always try to instill in my kids how important today is and how important it is to vote, because people have given their lives for us to have that right. Way to go. You're a good mom, Mary.
That's right. So in my little, shouldn't say little, because there's so many videos and just information out there about Memorial Day, because I think we're trying, as a country, trying to change the trajectory of, it's not just about a 3-day weekend. It's not Happy Memorial Weekend. It's, all the things that for years everybody's been saying. I mean, you said you even got an email at work about do not say these words.
Yeah, the boss said, do not say Happy Memorial Day because it's not a happy day.
Right. So I think we're trying to change that whole, way of looking at it. So one of the things that I researched was the folding of the flag when veterans pass away at their funeral and the family is presented with the flag. So you and I are going to go through and explain all 13 folds.
Okay.
This is what I was doing when you were out walking today.
I'm just wondering where my dad's flag is that was given to my mom. And now that my mom has passed, where is that flag?
Probably one of your sisters.
I don't know.
I mean, my dad had one too, and my mom had it. I don't know. Somebody in my family's got it, in the little thing. So there's 13 folds how many of us have seen this over and again? And it's like a protocol type deal, but do we really know what goes into it, what each fold means? So the folds are not part of an official protocol, but are a way to honor the veteran and the country. Some sources suggest that the folded flag, particularly when presented to a family, takes the appearance of a tri-cornered hat, a symbol of the Revolutionary War soldiers. So we're going to go back and forth and read these 13 folds.
Okay.
Because this is educational to not only our people our age, because did you know there are 13 folds? Do you know what they're about?
I didn't know it was 13, but I know there was a certain way you fold it because I've seen it done a number of times.
So when people watch this back too, they'll learn.
There you go.
All right, go ahead.
Our flag is a symbol of life.
The first fold.
First fold. Oh, so it's named.
Yes.
Oh, that's even cooler.
No, listen.
Oh, my sister Mary, I think Sally has dad's flag. Okay.
The first fold, it's what each fold symbolizes.
Okay.
So,
first fold, our flag is a symbol of life.
Right. So the second fold signifies our belief in eternal life.
Jesus. Third fold, in honor and tribute of the veteran departing our ranks and who gave a portion of his or her life for the defense of our country to attain peace.
The fourth fold exemplifies our weaker nature as citizens trusting in God. It is to him we turn for his divine guidance.
Amen. Fifth fold, an acknowledgement to our country for, in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong.
The sixth fold, for where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We need to play Josh's video back.
I know, because I can hear him go, indivisible. I love it.
And justice for all.
Seventh fold, a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all enemies.
The eighth is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day and honor our mother for whom it flies on Mother's Day.
Oh, enter in the valley of the shadow of death. They stole part of Psalm 23.
Just wait.
Ninth fold, an honor to womanhood, for it's been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of men and women who have made this country great have been molded.
That's 2 for the women. 10th fold, a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since he or she was first born.
11th fold, in the eyes of Hebrew citizens, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And the last one, 13th fold, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost. The stars are uppermost, reminding us of our national motto, "In God we trust."
Yeah. So when you look at that picture, like the red is not showing. It's all the blue stars. So, and that signifies the cornered military hat. So
Very nice.
I thought that was really interesting.
That is interesting.
So yeah.
Never knew.
Yeah. Now you know.
Okay. I got some more fun facts about it.
Okay.
47 million veterans have served in the U.S. military during wartime. 47 million.
Wow.
Man. There's around 14 million living wartime veterans today. Every year for Memorial Day, 200. How many did you say at Toledo Memorial were put out flags?
Like 14,000, 16,000.
How about 260,000 graves at Arlington National Cemetery are honored with American flags. So every year they put them out. In the year 2000, Congress designated 3 p.m. That's where I got it. Memorial Day as a national moment of remembrance. So 3 o'clock today, wherever you are, if you think of it.
Do you think radio stations will do that? If they're live? I mean, every single radio station and TV station should do that. Don't you think?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, if I was on today, I would definitely do that right at 3 o'clock because I would have been on 2 to 4. So let's see. More than 58% of Americans plan to barbecue this weekend. All those grills firing up leads to $2 billion in sales of meat for the holiday.
Wow.
But the cost of the average Memorial Day cookout this year is just $31.40, which is 4% more than last year. From Memorial Day until Labor Day, 808 hot dogs are consumed every second. That's a total of 7 billion hot dogs eaten between Memorial Day and Labor Day. And I'm pretty sure I won't have a single hot dog.
I want to know what brand of hot dog is the number one seller.
Oh, you could probably Google that while I'm.
You mean you didn't do it for your
because
show?
It didn't pop on my head. I don't know. Safety should be the top concern for those cookouts. 25% more home fires happen on Memorial Day than average days. Okay. It's also the second best day for beer sales. 4th of July is number 1. Labor Day is 3rd. And over 100 million households around the world will watch the National Memorial Day Parade on TV, which features 24 marching bands and 1,000 active duty military members. 100 million households will watch it today at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow. That's unbelievable. That's as much as a Super Bowl. I find that fun fact hard to believe.
What an amazing opportunity though, as a high school to be asked to be a marching band in that.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the number 1 selling hot dog in America? You asked the question. I'm going to get you the answer.
You're welcome, Mary.
Top hot dog in America is subjective.
Okay.
Costco Kirkland signature beef hot dogs.
Your sister is thanking us for the 13 flag fold explanation. You are welcome, Mary. And Terry has a very good point.
What's that?
It's days like today that reminds me when I'm at a walleye game, I have never and will never say hit somebody.
This is how much it bothers me. I don't go to walleye games because of that.
Why do they do that? Why?
Because they did it when it was at the sports arena and they thought it was funny.
Are they the only team that ever does that?
Oh, no. There's other teams that do.
Toledo, we can do better.
I don't think they say hit somebody. But there's different parts of the anthem, different colleges and stuff will say something. I forget what it is. I don't have it in front of me, obviously. But yeah, Toledo's not the only ones that do it, but Toledo was asked to stop doing it when the Huntington Center first opened up, and the people basically, gave the Huntington Center the middle finger and said, we don't
that's
care. We're
pleasant.
going to do it anyway. I was there. The last walleye game I was at, it was Military Appreciation Night a year
Ooh.
ago. And with the military color guard on the ice, singing the national anthem, still did it. With the military right there. Military Appreciation Night. You can't not do it. So that tells me the heart of a lot of the fans that are there, and I just don't want to be in the same room with them. Okay, call me judgmental. I don't care. There is no reason for that to be done.
Walleye Corporation should be, we're not doing this
They
anymore.
tried.
We're not tolerating it.
They tried to do it, but people still yelled, hit somebody over the anthem right at that part. They fought this fight and they lost. And
It's never too late. Never too late.
Well, no, because when you look at the walleye fans, a lot of them are bringing little kids with them who are going to turn into walleye fans, and they're just going to keep doing what mom and dad did. It really turns me off. But anyway, we can do better than that. But obviously right now we don't. So anyway, we got bigger things.
Monica, we always remember the true meaning of the solemn weekend. It ain't about sales on mattresses.
I'll tell you, when I was out walking and doing my steps, there wasn't hardly any traffic anywhere. Like the road, when I walked out by the road.
No, I know. Remember
like
yesterday
nobody's around.
when we were at the park and I'm like, where is everybody? And then I went to Lowe's and I'm like, oh, now I know where everybody is.
There they are.
Everybody was there. Debbie, that is my dad's OSU flag. Mary is Denny's sister.
Yes. And shout out to Olivia. We had a very nice time with her yesterday. And we went to Longhorn Steakhouse. Thank you, Sherry from McCravers, who gave me gift cards.
Sherry and Keith.
And that was really nice. And that food was really good.
I'll tell you what,
We haven't been there in a
Tiffany was an amazing bartender service. She had it going on the entire bar area.
Yeah, she was really good. So if you haven't been to Longhorn Steakhouse in a while, peep it out, people.
Terry is saying she just looks past it. So,
well, my original plan was to be out in the hallway when they sang the anthem, but then that denies me of the anthem, which I don't like, but I was going to do that. But I had high hopes that it was military night. They wouldn't do it, but they did. So I haven't been back since.
So Debbie is listening from Atlanta.
Hello, Debbie.
Did you see in the news, Debbie, that Johns Creek was voted the #1 city to live in our country this past week?
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy. You can
Tommy
read.
Outlaw.
You can read.
All right. There is an army. There are Marines, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, as well as all branches of the service. They are all young and sons and daughters of Americans. Many of them lay at peace with God and their country. They do not ask for thanks, although we should thank them. There's another army of men and women who we should care for and we should give thanks. They are the ones that still walk among us. How do you thank someone who has given you the bread you eat, the air you breathe, and the ...
To be continued.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Is there like a way to scroll?
No, that was that.
Okay. Good afternoon,
Very powerful,
guys.
Tommy.
Costco Tire Whitney.
Hey, dude, I was at Costco yesterday.
Oh.
I was going to pop in, but you guys look slammed.
Well, yeah, everybody was buying their hot dogs.
No, I'm talking
you
about
say that?
he works in the tire, and every bay was full, and the wrenches were going, and I'm like, I better not interrupt.
Probably a lot of like people leaving out of town, and then there's us.
Or some people don't get weekends off, and they get a weekend off because it's Memorial.
I know you made me work today.
So there you go. I just felt it was the right thing to do. I just did.
All right,
So.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right, are we going to play
Tommy, hold
the
on.
tribute?
How do you think someone who's given you the bread you eat, the air you breathe, and the ability to worship as you see fit? You cannot. There are just not enough words, and the words we do have are so pitiful, expressing the true gratitude we should feel for them. But it is the best I can do. Thank you, and I will remember you.
That is awesome, Tommy.
That is.
Tommy's a good dude.
I mean, I've seen people walk up to military people now, like in airports and stuff, and thank them for their
Oh, yeah.
service, or buy them maybe a meal or a drink or something like that if they're out at a restaurant.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I know my dad was a veteran, but he never took advantage of like VA assistance because he had not served in a war. He
Right.
didn't feel worthy of tapping into that.
So
That's
he-
just the kind of man he was, though.
So he never left the States. He
Right.
served. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my dad was over in Germany for a while. It was in between wars. So yeah. There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
All right. Do you want to watch a video?
Yep,
We
we're
are very
busy.
busy, but you are always welcome to stop in and say hi. Well, maybe I'll do that next time.
Okay. Yeah, you got a video?
I do.
Okay.
I found this. It's from 2025, and it's about Memorial Day. And here we go. Hopefully, you'll enjoy this.
Today is the day we put aside to remember fallen heroes and to pray that no heroes will ever have to die for us again. Not far from here is the statue of the 3 servicemen, the 3 fighting boys of Vietnam. It too has majesty and more. 3 rough boys walking together, looking ahead with a steady gaze. There's something wounded about them, a kind of resigned toughness, but there's an unexpected tenderness too. At first you don't really notice, but then you see it. The 3 are touching each other as if they're supporting each other, helping each other on. I know that many veterans of Vietnam will gather today, some of them perhaps by the wall, and they're still helping each other on. They were quite a group, the boys of Vietnam. It was often our poor who fought in that war. It was the unpampered boys of the working class who picked up the rifles and went on the march. They learned not to rely on us. They learned to rely on each other. We owe them first a promise that just as they did not forget their missing comrades, neither ever will we.
Okay. There you go. That'll stir it up for you. 50 years ago. So, all right. What are we doing Wednesday? What? Rick, you should watch the beginning of the podcast.
Okay.
But we appreciate
I
you,
should have
dude.
been forewarned.
Well, I told you I had a video, but I
Yeah, I
just, anyway. A day of remembering, people, of what sacrifices have been made so we can enjoy our freedoms. So Wednesday, we didn't talk about that. I know we got some stuff that we were talking about, some exciting stuff.
I made a.
Oh, good.
So this is going to be Wednesday.
You go out of town for the weekend. You can only take one backpack. What do you take?
Yeah. What are you going to take?
All right.
Don't read into the question like, well, am I going to the beach or what? You're going away for a weekend. You can decide but what are the
CPAP machine?
The things you're going to, think about how much space that takes up,
But it's got its own, suitcase. But I can fit in a backpack. So anyway,
you can fit in a backpack?
No,
I'm going to take you with me on my
yeah. The CPAP machine. Anyway.
All right. So that's going to be,
yes.
gosh, now my days
That'll
are
be
messed up.
Wednesday.
This is going to be Wednesday.
at noon.
Yep.
So we'll have some fun with that. We'll do it light and lively, and we'll get you caught up on everything else that we did between then, give you a disco party update. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, please do. Let's sell this puppy out. What are we, 10 days away? Something like that?
For the disco party? Well, it's 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks from this past Friday.
So speaking of the trivia question, you're going away for the weekend. What are you going to pack? This is my funny video for today.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're mean, man. You play these mean videos.
I can't help it.
That are really funny.
I can't help it.
They are funny though.
Oh, you told me I was going to try to find a nice little.
No, I said, listen, people still want to laugh today. They still want to laugh.
Just other people's expenses. I mean,
awesome.
At least it wasn't the person with all the luggage that your luggage would have gone flying off into the ocean.
That's true.
But why on earth having a floating and you got waves coming up? I mean, seriously, I don't care how old or young you are. If it's coming from the back and you're not expecting it, you're
going down,
flying.
man. You're going down. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. If you think about it, at 3:00 today, moment of silence. God bless our heroes that never made it home.
And Toledo Walleye, make some changes.
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.